You are welcome to Fort Prisontine. The Danes named the fort Prisontine, meaning the stone of the prince. So they started the construction from 1700 to 1784. So it took them 84 years to complete this fort. So the Danes by then were buying enslaved Africans from Togo, Benin, Nigeria, and other parts of Gold Coast, now Ghana. So the captives were brought in by foot in chains and shackles, barefooted, half naked, and they were kept for a month or two, and finally transported across the Atlantic, known as the Middle Passage. So each of the dungeons hold up to 100 captives in those days, but initially there was no ventilation. So ventilation was created by the British who occupied the fort after the Danes left. So inside they defecate, urinate, sleep there, and they were dying through insanity condition. Even the water, they pour it under the door, they have to use their tongue to lick it. Food were thrown to them, they struggle for it, and finally they used red hot iron with the name of the company on it to burn marks at the very part of the body of the captives in those days. And then they also count the teeth of the captives to know the age of each. And then when they count it, when it's up to 32, they know that fully grown adult. So children and younger ones were counted as quarter half to 3 pieces of cargo, depending upon its estimated commercial value. So Atoko slave market also supply almost 70% of the war captives to the fort over here. The Atoko slave market, just like how Asin Manso, Salaga, Sandema, Bono Manso, Pikro, Tete Kratchis slave market. So the slaves were put on display and they were sold to the highest bidders. And they also used shea butter to smear around their body to make them very attractive to the buyers. And then the old among them were shaved to make them look younger. So this one of the dungeons, and this is one of the artist's impression about how they were captured, brought here, and finally transported. I know the slave trade was a trade by barter. They were using brandy, whiskey, mirror, and later on they started using cowrie shells. So 500 of these by female slaves, and 300 for the male. The female were more expensive just because over there they produce, they give birth, and they were sold to other plantation owners. And this is what we call CD, or CD. Yeah? This is the CD. Yes. So this is the Ghanaian CD. So I don't know whether I have 10 CDs for that. No, I don't have 10. I have a 10 CD. You have this on 10, our 10 CDs note. Yeah. Yeah. So, and we call it Hochi. So when you have a lot of this, yes, it's the CD. Yeah.
So the term CD originates from the name of the cowrie in the local Akan dialect,
CD. And so we call it Hochi. So when you have a lot of this, mean you are a rich person, Hochito. So the Akans, they call this one CD. So this is the CD. Thank you very much. So this is a smoking pipe. They used to smoke the tobacco. The gun, one of the guns used to capture them. The stool taken from our chief because they say no, they will not allow them. So the town was raised down. Because the chief or people of Keta said no, they will not allow them. So the town was destroyed. That led to our people moving from here to Abosuma. So the people of Abosuma were the indigenous over here. And so they left the shrine, they worship. They deny our people from worshiping
their own God.
Yeah, their own God. And
they killed them because they wouldn't allow them to stay.
Yeah. So these are the drum used to waken the slaves, to wake them up in the morning. This was how they transported them from the north all the way down here. They burned marks at the very part of their body for identification. They were taken down to be arranged this way. This is how they arranged them. In the lower deck of the ship, they beat them, use horse and dog to chase, and then kidnap slaves. The weak, sick, dead ones were thrown overboard. To prove purchase over there, they cut the ears of the slaves to prove purchase. And they put on this for the slaves so that they will not escape from them.
Why does that chain have sharp ends?
This one's so heavy that you cannot escape. The whole place is pushy, so it will be stuck. So they put on the marks so that people cannot easily identify them. Inside the dungeon over here too, they mix the tribes so that they will not communicate, plan to escape from them.
So they mix the tribes.
Yes.
They all spoke a different.
Yeah, different language so that they will not talk to each other. Yeah, yeah. So this one is a spine of a blue whale. You know, when they are taking the,
What is it?
yeah, blue whale, when they are taking the captives, they use the boat, the small boat, to take them to the ship, because the ship cannot dock because of the shallowness of our coast. So the whale always capsized the boat, making our people escape by swimming. So they got annoyed and killed all the whale to prevent the whale from making us escape. Yes. So the whale was saving our people at that time.
The whale.
Yeah.
Wait, the whales were trying to save the people.
Yes, it was. Yeah. This a bone of a blue whale. It's a bone.
Oh wow.
It's a bone. This is why they used to weigh them to see how heavy, strong they are before they buy. So the weight determines their price in those days. So they have to weigh to see how heavy. His document.
What's that?
The safe the governor used to keep his document and the bed he was using to sleep on, and then he was taking water in the seat over there. And this is why they used to grind the corn. There was no corn mill. So they rely on this for their corn flour before they cook the akpana for them.
They grind the corn.
Yeah. And that's the cooking pan.
Used to meal.
Yeah, meal the corn.
Meal corn flour.
Yeah. So this the cooking pan. This is why they make the fire. So the entire of this place is the kitchen.
Oh, this is all. The
Yeah.
kitchen.
Yes. So, yeah.
And quadroons.
Exactly. Yeah. Nyakpo fiko. Ka ogara vo mako ojo. Mi ovo. So mi fuga komieto. Come for hanko. So this is what they used to secure them by two. They will chain one right leg to another left leg. They use their fingers to scratch both the wall and the floor. They wanted to dig into the building and escape from them. Those are the chains that were used to chain them. And this is why they used to carry the dead ones, the hat used by the slave masters, and then the key that they used to unlock the shackles. So they were taken to North America, Central America, West Indies, and South America to work for them in tobacco, coffee, cotton, sugar, mining, rice, plantation. So between 1650 and 1860, approximately 10 to 15 million enslaved people were transported from Western Africa to America. Most were shipped to West Indies, Central America, and South America. See? So this is the map showing where they were taken to. You have seen over there.
The schnapps.
Yes.
Yeah, the drinks.
offering,
The
I saw
drinks.
it.
Yeah.
The drinks, yeah. You know, sometimes when you are in the fort, you can hear loud screaming, like somebody's in pain. When you come, you will not see anything. So you have to draw the attention of the chief. The chief priest always come here, pour libation to appease the soul that pass here. Yes.
The spirit.
Yes.
They probably
Yeah.
scream so much. Imagine being in pain.
Yeah.
And
Still in
awake.
pain.
So this is the gate of no
You're
return.
like, geez.
Through this door of gate of no return, they lost contact with family, friends, name, culture, identity. If you are Kojo, Koshi, your name will be changed to John, Smith, and others through this door. So this was the strong men who were kept over here. And that's the only source of air and light. So the only time for them to see sound light is when the shipment is ready. So they stay here for a month or two until shipment is ready.
What are the markings?
Yeah, they use their fingers to scratch both the wall and the floor. They wanted to dig into the building.
Over 3, 4, 5, 400 years.
Yes. So, so they will be in this condition for a month or two
The gates were not like this.
Yeah. They'll have a rooms in front